Welcome to the Art of Conversation. It's your girl Alicia C. And we out here recording live. Happy Thursday, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're feeling fantastic this Thursday. I hope you're feeling terrific. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. You know, we've been experiencing a lot of haze, smog, smoke, traveling from Canada and these wildfires, especially on the northern east side. So I hope everyone is hanging in there and doing well. It's only fair that we talk about it. The title of today's episode is Wild, Wild, Wild. But you know you gotta say it like Rihanna, right? Wow, 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 hey, wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wildfires. Only you can prevent wildfires, right? So they're saying it could last a while, few days. We don't really know. There are fires burning all across Canada. Over 9.3 million acres have been charred. Just poor air quality in the US, and it seems to be increasing, which is actually pretty startling, especially on the Northeast and upper Midwest. So according to statistics, roughly 150 fires were active in Quebec alone, according to the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Century. Many of these fires started days ago, if not weeks, but a storm system swirling off the coast of Nova Scotia in recent days forced the smoke from these fires south into the United States and then east towards some of the most densely populated areas in the country. So they claim they've been sending out air quality alerts, but a lot of us have never received any. And, you know, just to use New York as an example, no one, from the people I've spoken to, no one's received any alerts. And this was something that was happening since Tuesday. So it worsened within days, and people are like, how do you guys know this is burning? And some, like 150 to 200 of the trees is uncontrolled fires, and this and this and that, and you don't let us know and prepare, and there's no kind of precautions. I mean, why are we ever surprised, right? People are tripping out about the smoke, the skies, how spooky it has been looking outside. People are back to wearing their masks as the smoke from the fires contain smoke particles that may cause headaches, irritated eyes, scratchy throat, and difficulty breathing. They tell us this, right? But it's funny because a couple of days, maybe weeks ago, they started saying, you know, everyone start being cautious because COVID symptoms are starting to rise again, and we might be seeing another pandemic or another wave. People are getting flu symptoms, and then this happens with the smoke, and it's similar symptoms. So some people might be getting sick, but sometimes you got to think about it as, if these trees were burning since May, maybe slowly, gradually, the smoke has been traveling to the States. And this is what's contributing to these symptoms. It just wasn't so intense as the last few days. They tell us the people who are most at risk, the vulnerable population, of course, and always the seniors, children, pregnant women, and those with respiratory conditions. Of course, here we go again. Have you seen the videos? Have you been out for the last few days? How was that experience? Were you scared? Did they, let you off of work early? How was that experience for you? They encourage people to limit the time you spend outside and physical activity that you're doing. I don't know about y'all, but doesn't that sound familiar once again? What is this? We're still early in June. Summer is approaching. What is this nonsense that you guys are doing here? Another lockdown? Are you planning for a lockdown? With summertime around the corner, are you mad? Like, for how long is this going to happen? And, they tell us just a few days, but you don't know that for sure. Or maybe they do. But how would you know? Mm, Many of the fires were ignited by lighting earlier this month. And again, outbreaks have been happening across the country since May. Above normal temperatures and dry conditions have fueled these fires. Did no one know this? May? No one knew? No one said anything, no warning, like, oh, okay. Some people are genuinely scared and have been posted videos like crazy. I know you guys seen it, whether it was like YouTube, the news, social media. People are like, oh my God, look at outside, what's going on? People are in their house shooting videos and pictures, and you can just see the whole window filled up with smoke. Another scare tactic, is it? Maybe. No? Yes. But they need to get it under control. People can die from inhaling too much of this smoke. It's not healthy. We don't know what kind of smoke it is, what kind of particles are in it, how long, where is it coming from. If it clears up, do we expect another one a week later? Like, how sure can you really be? Here we go again. Stay inside. Wear your mask. We got to understand that dry thunderstorms have started to form. Look at the weather. They talk about climate change and this and that and going green and blah, blah, blah. I'm all for saving and helping the environment, yes. We all contribute to the mess that's happening and the pollution in some shape or form. It's awful. But look at it from an elevated perspective. Look at all the things that's happening across the world. The United States, California getting snow, Florida airports flooding out from the ocean. Like, look at what's happening. A couple years ago, Texas too. Look at the fires. Like, it's almost like the environment, the world, the atmosphere is going through a purge. Yeah, they do have something to do with a lot of the madness that is happening, because we know that a lot of these things can be man-made. But they're not going to tell us that. But we also know that they do, the wildfires, and they have to drop fire to create the lines so that it doesn't spread. So people are questioning if that's what's happening, or is it something else in the air? The funny thing about that is, literally, I think it was yesterday evening, maybe night. I don't know if you guys heard, but I believe, I don't even remember where this was, but I believe a family had made some kind of report, called the cops or something. They heard some noise, something crashed into their yard, and it was weird looking creatures, da 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 da. But then people are like, okay, well, where's the pictures? No videos. Like, what did they look like? This and that. So you already know that people are gonna jump on that, some, and run with it. Oh, we knew it. No, you don't really know quite yet. I mean, you know, but you don't know. Now, look at the weather conditions, lack of rain, the heat. We're not really having that many cold, long, snow-filled winters anymore. And some people be like, oh, that's good, we like summer. It's not good. It's not healthy. Again, dry thunderstorms can form. If it's too dry in the atmosphere, the water is not making it to the surface, which will make it easier for winds to spread. Wildfires. We got to keep that in mind. But then let's take it a step further, right? Now you have the fires burning and the smoke is traveling at a ridiculous rate. We got to think about also the animals, the birds in the sky, the birds who have to fly through that, the bees. Oh, no, because they play into our ecosystem. They play into this. So when things like this happen, it affects all of us on every level. Because remember, bees and pollination and crops, pay attention to the things that's happening and who is affected by these things and who else. It's a chain. So it's nothing to take lightly, but you don't walk in fear either. And all of this smoke and all of these happenings is threatening the lives of millions and millions, over 80 million Americans. We're talking the United States. So what's the plan here? Is it a matter of starting fires to smoke people out and tell them, okay, you got to move into these cities? Control, control, control. You know, from the things that we're seeing, the plans and the ideas they want to test out. And, well, let's just see. Are we just seeing, or is this like a pilot? A little trial and error. Let's see how they respond to this, and then we kick it up a notch or another notch, and we do it in different forms with the same outcome. Just saying. Because if you have all these acres and you have all these fires and it's uncontrolled, like what's going to happen to people who are living in these, well, close to these areas, wooded areas with trees, vegetation, the countryside? Is it going to eventually become a matter of, okay, you guys have to move because X, Y, and Z, it's not safe, it's too dry, fires can start at the blink of an eye? It's best that you move into the cities, and then with the cities, you know how city life is and regulations, and you know, the talk of digital currency and all these things, and we know how much they love to be in control, and depopulation and all that good stuff. So, you know, you don't forget that. You keep that as a memo. Then you wonder, okay, well, what's in the smoke? What's in the smoke? You got people who suffer with asthma, respiratory issues, who's, you know, trached, G-tubes, all this stuff, who can't breathe properly, sleep apnea, all these things. And you don't give anyone a warning. We kind of find out in the middle of our day. Some people were on lunch break, you know, nothing. And then it's just this just thickness of smoke that you could literally probably slice with a knife. We don't know how long it's lingering around, how much more is to come. Once it's cleared, is that it? Should we be cautious? You should be cautious, because if things like this can happen at any given moment and second, that's why it's so important to prepare yourself and educate yourself. Anything can happen. You're not going to always be prepared, but you should. Don't be surprised by the things you see, especially nowadays. Are we really surprised? No, seriously, are we? First, it was this madness with the COVID, then eventually within years, you know, most are vaccinated, it died down. Most abide by the rules, they socially distance, wore their masks, It got to a point that people are like, who in the fuck even gets COVID anymore? Then the variants came out, slow, it seems to have died off. Then they say, well, expect this, and the symptoms are coming back, and another pandemic, and this might affect children and seniors, and da-da-da-da-da. Of course, you're going to know who it's going to attack if you're creating something. Do you have your hand in the cookie jar? You got something to do with this? How precise it's going to affect children, elders, pregnant women, people with health conditions, just like COVID and everything else. Except this is a little bit more serious, because you're dealing with smoke and chemicals. Everybody will be affected by this, especially if you're inhaling it too long. Wow. They are wow, wow, wow for the things that they do. It's all right though. Everything that is done in the dark always comes to light. That's what they tell us, right? And it's true. According to National Geographic's, controlled burning, also known as prescribed burning, involves setting planned fires to maintain the health of a forest. These burns are scheduled for a time when the fire will not pose a threat to the public or to fire managers. In addition, forest conditions should call for a controlled burn, and weather conditions should be right to allow burning, not enable the fire to spread out of control. And, again, the thing is, if we consider the changes in the atmosphere, the temperature, the strange weather conditions, occurrences, it's never an accident. Never. And with these prescribed burning of the trees, if they're burned at a time or in a way that it doesn't pose a threat, wouldn't you think that there's a way to make them burn or a time to allow the fire to pose a threat if that was your agenda? Let's think about it. If it's so precise, scheduling the when so that it's not a threat, that means any time outside of that frame would be an awful time to set planned fires. Yes, no? Just saying. But again, it's never an accident. The World Health Organization's chief warns everyone to prepare for the next pandemic, future pathogens with even deadlier potential than COVID. Of course. Of course, they let us off too easy, of course. Here we go. Is this the second pandemic, or is it something that comes after the smoke clears, right? Oh, these people are sick. Ay, ay, ay. Some people say it's like a apocalypse. Some people are saying, oh, it's the end and the end times. The end is here and da 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 da. You already know when situations like this happen. You already know the stories, the speculations, the fibs you're going to hear behind it. But learn how to make decisions for yourself and educate yourself on what's going on in the world, right? It'll save you the surprise, the disappointment, and it can help you prepare. So now that we know what these people are capable of and we experienced it, lived through it, some people abide by it, comply, whatever. But at least you know how far they can go. You know what to expect, so you don't expect much. And just having an understanding that the government does not have your best interests at heart. Don't be surprised by the things that starts to happen throughout this summer. Don't be surprised at the things that starts to happen. But be optimistic that after all of the storms that something got to turn around. But it got to go through the worst first. And I'm sorry if you guys think the COVID pandemic was worse. That was just the prelude. That's the introduction. That's the quiz. You get the quiz. You get the open book test. Then you get the final exam. Be safe, y'all. Stay prayed and peace out.